The Washington Wizards lose to the Los Angeles Clippers 121-96 as James Harden drops 43 points. How did the Wizards lose this game, y'all? Come on, we're going to talk about it next on Locked On Wizards.
You are Locked On Wizards, your daily Washington Wizards podcast, part of the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every day.
What's up, everybody? It's your boy Brandon Scott again. Your favorite podcast now has a newsletter introducing the Locked On Wizards daily newsletter, a one-stop shop for the ultimate team and league coverage delivered right to your inbox. Sign up for free now at LockedOnDaily.com. That's LockedOnDaily.com. And start your day with the all-new free Locked On Wizards newsletter. Tonight's episode is brought to you by Robinhood. Robinhood Gold provides the privileges of the high net worth for any net worth. These generous benefits are now available for only $5 a month. Lord have mercy. The new gold standard is here with Robinhood Gold. Sign up for free now at Robinhood.com/gold. The Washington Wizards get smoked like a black and mild tonight by the Clippers 121-96. James Harden, a.k.a. the Beard, did whatever he wanted, dropping 43 points. But looking at the Wizards, wow. Usual suspects night, AB. I mean, I guess that's how we're going to go ahead and kick things off. You know, the usual suspects were the issue tonight, right? Defense. They gave up 50% shooting from the field, 36% from three. Out-rebounding. Turnovers, 20 turnovers. So was there one area that really defined this loss for the Wizards, or is it just a combination of all three?
Man, a combination of all three, like you mentioned. At one point, the Wizards were like 1 of 15 from the three-point line. I mean, they just kept on shooting, and there was like a lid on the rim. They finished 8 of 33 beyond the arc. But man, like you said, James Harden. I mean, I thought it was 2018 James Harden, 43 for the Beard. I mean, again, I saw a graphic during the game saying that if you're ever in a slump, just come to DC and you'll figure your way out, you know. But the Wizards, man, it was really hard to watch tonight. I mean, Jordan Miller, I was a big fan of him coming out of Miami. He was just doing whatever he wants. He's got a nice bag, but offensively, we just really could not do anything. And there was just a lot of points in the game where I'm just like, yo, are the guys really even trying out there? And obviously, you know, not being able to score 100, giving up 121 again defensively, like it's just down the line. Like we're gonna have to keep having this conversation of at some point, like something's got to change, whether it's the effort, whether it's the lineup in the game. It's just you start scratching your head.
Yeah, I'm with you. I mean, it was hard to watch. And like I said, it's going to be a long season. It's going to be a very long season. No energy tonight. Just no energy on the defensive end. No energy on the offensive end. I mean, let's take a look at the starting five real quick. I guess we'll look at the good as opposed to the bad and the ugly. Lord have mercy. Malcolm Brogdon he had a really good game tonight. 17 points, 6 assists, shooting 8 for 11 from the field, and 1 for 2 from 3. 2 steals, 1 block, and only 3 turnovers. So really good game for Malcolm Brogdon, the guy who's definitely is going to be shipped out at some point this season. Veteran point guard who, again, when he's healthy, he produces. So he's been playing really good basketball so far here in the nation's cap. And Alex R, not a bad showing tonight, you know, despite the third game in a row where he's looked pretty good. This is actually the worst of the last 3 games, but, you know, 13 points, 5 rebounds, shooting 5 for 12 from the field, 2 for 6 from 3, 1 block, 1 steal, 4 turnovers. But, you know, I do like the fact that, you know, he's kind of playing point center a little bit, getting out of the court. You know, we know he's nimble on his feet, but the offense is starting to really look pretty good. Obviously, we don't want to see it, you know, over the course of a longer, you know, sample size. You know what I mean? You can't really judge until the end of the season. But so far, he's definitely ramped up his offense. Now let's get into the bad and Lord have mercy, the ugly. Well, the ugly really the second unit. Let's get into the bad. Jordan Poole, not his best night. 6 turnovers night. Turnovers were an issue. 8 points, 3 of 6, 1 for 7 for the field, 1 for 5 from 3. Did chip in 5 for 6 from the charity strike and 2 steals, but definitely want to see JP13 step it up, man, because you know he's the guy. You know he's the guy that holds the keys to his offense, so we definitely need him to step it up. Same thing with Be Cool. Be Cool tonight. 30 minutes played, only 3 points, 1 for 6 from the field, 1 for 4 from 3. 4 rebounds, but, you know, Be Cool, he has really, really cooled down as of late, man. I mean, he started out really hot. A lot of people, including myself, thinking, oh, this could be his breakout campaign. But, you know, like I said, he has definitely cooled down. I think that once, you know, we get past the trade deadline, you're going to feature him a lot more in the, you know, in the offense. I think you definitely see a better offensive output. But, you know, there's only one ball. And you can only, so they got to find ways to get other people involved. And he just wasn't his best night, and he has definitely cooled down. Kyle Kuzma, they actually mentioned two different injuries. They mentioned the wrist, and then it was the ribs. He went out with injury, only played 8 minutes, no points, 2 rebounds. So you can't really get on him tonight about anything. I mean, he went down with an injury, so hopefully he's not a long-term injury. Hopefully he, definitely gets healthy, man. So definitely shout out to Kuz. Hopefully he's all right. And then looking at the second unit real quick, AB. I mean, Keyshawn George, again, only 2 points. 1 for 6 from the field, 0 for 3 from 3. Kispert, 4 for 8 from the field, 1 for 4 from 3, 9 points. But definitely expect him to be more around 15 points a game, man, in my humble opinion. Bub Carrington, again, only 3 points. Jonas Valanciunas did shine in 17 minutes, played 17 points, 7 rebounds, and 7 for 11 from the field. And looking at some other numbers, Marvin Bagley III, I felt he played well in garbage time with 7 points and 4 rebounds, and Anthony Gill in 15 minutes, 4 points. So, looking at real quick, AB, these young guys, you're not seeing the same spark we saw early in the season. So, I mean, what do you chop it up to? I mean, is it because, certain veterans came back from injury, Malcolm Brogdon and Kyle Kuzma? Do you think they're not, as far as game planning and as far as play calling, are they setting them up for, success? I mean, why do you think they're struggling so much at this point?
I think a lot of it, what I've realized, at least with the Wiz, is like when they're down early, they just result to ISO ball. I feel like team ball just goes away. I mean, there are times where I'm just like, yo, like, what kind of shot selection is that? I get that these guys are young. And as much as I want to blame the vets for taking their shots, I mean, at the end of the day, like, they're going to have to learn. And in this league, you can't win games by playing ISO ball.
Yeah, I mean, I agree 100% what you said. They when they start to struggle, they revert to ISO ball, and it never works. It never works. It's just a recipe for disaster. And time again, the shooting was ugly. And looking at Bub Carrington, looking at Keyshawn George, them getting started minutes, early in the season, I think was a big reason why we saw, such a massive step forward as far as offensively. I think they're going to get there, especially after the trade deadline. They're going to get those minutes. But right now, they're struggling with their shot. And like I said, I agree with you. Here's the thing, though. The one thing I do like is they keep shooting. The confidence is not an issue. They definitely keep shooting a shot. But here's the thing, ISO ball's a problem and reverting back to bad habits, which is shooting low percentage shots. They got to get back to playing team basketball. And I think that whether you're rolling or whether you're struggling, you got to play team basketball. You got to have fluid ball movement. And you hit the nail on the head when you said they always revert to bad habits, man, in my opinion, and and yours too, man. So like I said, they have to really use team basketball, ball movement as the default game plan, right? Stop reverting to ISO ball. So like looking at the stat, the ball just ugly shooting night. I mean, Jordan Poole did look like his usual self, man, come back from injury. He didn't have that spark tonight. He has been really, mentally he's been locked in the season, and he didn't look, you saw some obvious visible frustrations. I think a lot of that has to do with obviously, let's be real, the 2-15. I mean, really bad night. James Harden did whatever he wanted to do. Nobody could stop him. They had Bilal on him at first. Everybody kind of took a crack at him. And James Harden, now I'll say this, man, you can't take away from the fact that he's talented. I'll give him that, man. But the push-offs, I mean, he gets away with so many push-offs on offense, man. And that is ridiculous, especially in that first quarter, man. I saw him push off a few people with, and then take that, the iconic James Harden step back and hit a 3-point. But again, he's talented. He's a guy, he's an offensive juggernaut. And, it's going to be interesting once Kawhi gets back because, only one guy can have the ball at a time. And he's just a black hole with the ball. I mean, when you're looking at his shot attempts, because I was kind of laughing with my wife tonight watching the game. He had 22 shot attempts, and the second person on the team, as far as shot attempts, was 11. Zubac at center, man. So his usage rate is through the roof, and I get it. He's the guy with Kawhi being out, and obviously with Paul George now being in Philadelphia, he's got to pick up a lot of the offensive load. So I totally get it. So before we roll, man, I mean, anything else you want to cover, or just it kind of is what it is at this point?
Yeah, I mean, with the Wiz, it's so funny. I have one of my boys. So far, like you mentioned, 2-15. It's hard to play for. He's always bet against the Wizards every night, and so far he's been somewhat successful. So again, it's going to be a long season, but for me, I always keep saying it. There's going to be two teams. The team right now, and up until those trades that are made, that's the team that I'm really looking forward to, because that's when I'll see the young guys play more. That's when I really see how Brian Keefe really is as a coach, with developing these young guys.
Look, my man, great minds think alike, right? That's exactly how I feel about it. Is that it's kind of, A, before the deadline, and then B, after the deadline. You're going to see these vets, definitely Bub Carrington and Keyshawn Jordan definitely play a lot better because they're going to get a lot more minutes. And, Alex Sarr has been looking pretty good, man. He definitely the third game in a row where he's definitely stepped it up offensively. So, again, guys, the Wizards lose to the Los Angeles Clippers 121-96. James Harden, the beard, man, drops 43 points. So we're going to get into the comments. But before we do, tonight's episode is brought to you by Robinhood. With Robinhood Gold, you don't need a silver spoon to eat up the financial favors of the 1%. Robinhood Gold allows others to get the rates and perks usually reserved for the high society. Now, the resourceful individual with Robinhood Gold can now earn the very liberal rate of 4.25% APY on uninvested cash and be rewarded with a handsome 3% retirement boost on IRA account contributions. Robinhood Gold provides the privileges of the high net worth for any net worth. These generous benefits are now available for $5 a month. $5. The new gold standard is here with Robinhood Gold. Sign up at Robinhood.com/gold. Terms apply. For product-specific disclosures, visit Robinhood.com/gold. Investing involves risk. Rate may change. Gold membership is offered by Robinhood Gold, LLC. Tonight's episode is also brought to you by FanDuel. Get ready to tackle the NFL action with FanDuel, America's #1 sportsbook, because right now, new customers can bet $5 and get $150 in bonus bets if you win. The FanDuel Sportsbook app gives you everything you need to place live bets on the NFL all in one place. So when you get a hunch in the middle of the game, you can check out the latest stats, view live, play-by-play, and so much more on the same page where you place your bets. Just visit FanDuel.com to join today. You can start with $150 in bonus bets if you win your first $5 bet. That's FanDuel.com. Never waste a hunch and make every moment more with FanDuel, the official sportsbook partner of the NFL. All right, let's get back into this thing. And let's get into the comments. Let's get into comment number 1. Invalid. How you doing tonight? And it says, man, what's up with Bilal? That's a good question. That is a good question because, like I said, and we kind of touched base on it already, AB, is that, he looked like he was formally breaking out the season. And now I think that is a combination of things. Obviously, now with Cruz being back from injury, him and Jordan Poole are going to be the featured offensive pieces as far as, looking at, play calling. But I do think in certain ways you do need to, slowly but surely give Bilal a lot more responsibility offensively because he's shown what he can do when given the minutes. And if you look at the rookies, I believe he's #1 in the NBA. Not rookies, but I believe first and second year players. He's #1 as far as minutes played, around 35 to 36 minutes a night. So, they got to find ways to get him started because it can't hurt for Alex Sarr and Bilal Coulibaly to start chipping in, a lot more as far as offensively because it definitely takes the pressure off of Kyle Kuzma and Jordan Poole. What do you think, AB?
I mean, again, I was really high on Bilal. Those games, that stretch that he had against Atlanta, I mean, really a really good potential elite. I don't want to say Kawhi Leonard, but his ability to lock down guys and when his offensive bag is going, the ceiling is through the roof. But again, like a performance like this, obviously I don't want him to think that shatter his confidence and whatnot. Yeah. But again, I really am going to judge Bilal once guys like Kuz and Valanciunas and all these other guys are traded because he's going to be the head honcho of the team and all the spotlight is going to be on him.
No, I agree 100%. Like I said, I definitely want to see them feature him a little bit more, but you're going to definitely see what he can do in the second half of the season. I think that's where you're really going to see how much progress he's made with, putting in that work in the offseason. Because Nick Batum was on the Clippers tonight, and they mentioned how he was another guy that Bilal talked to during the offseason, obviously during the Olympics. And, Bilal said, look, not only did these guys, looking at Rudy Gobert, looking at Evan Fournier, looking at Nick Batum, they taught me not only how to, on court stuff, but how to, kind of carry myself off the court. And you see that, put in the work is a big thing you want to see from a player that is definitely part of your core going forward. You want to see these guys put the work in all season. He's done that. So I'm with you. You're not going to get a clear picture of how much progress he's made till you move on from a lot of these vets. And we get this youth movement kicked off in the second half. Locked in Law says, how do you let James Harden AARPH self drop 43 points on you? I mean, he did whatever he wanted to do. I mean, on that perimeter, he was cooking like an air fryer. I mean, he did whatever he wanted. And like I said, James Harden will get James Harden calls. We know what it is. He pushes off. Sometimes he takes a little too many steps. I mean, but superstars get superstar treatment. And it happens every time a superstar comes to DC. We see it all the time. They get the calls, and James Harden's so notorious for he knows how to put himself in the best position to get fouled. And it's unreal, man, because you want to get mad at him, but then at the same token, he's like, man, you can't help to be impressed with this guy because he knows. I mean, yeah, these times where he kind of flops, you know what I mean? But he just knows, man. He is probably one of the best players I've seen to know how to draw fouls. And I mean, I don't know. He's money on it, man. Igor Lunchchinkov. I hope I didn't butcher that, man. My bad. How you doing tonight, man? Man, the last 4 minutes, too many fouls and stupid plays. Give JD more minutes, nothing to lose for real, and Bags for real. We play hard, but I think this team just can't play defense consistently for some reason. Look, Igor, I agree 100%, man. Defense is a problem. Rebounding is a problem. Turnovers are a problem. I agree when it comes to Bagley. Look, how many minutes did he play tonight? In 7 points, 4 rebounds. I mean, get Bags for more minutes, man, because look, he's only 25 years old. I mean, it feels like he's been in the league for a hot minute. And he's a guy where, if you look at it at the CBA and you look at the fact that you have to fulfill so much of your salary cap, he's a guy that could probably be brought back to DC on the cheap. And so I could definitely see him being retained, or I could see a scenario where they move him. But look, he's a guy that is shown that with the right situation, with the right supporting cast, you can get your career back on track at DC. He's a guy that, he's had his troubles in Sacramento, had his troubles in Detroit, but he's played well here in DC. And Johnny Davis, him and Patrick Baldwin Jr. had looked good when given minutes, man. But I think the ship is sailed on both of those guys, man. But Igor, appreciate you tonight, man. He also said we also need some way better bench coaches. I think our coaches are weak, way too much star playing better, though good to see for real. We definitely can score points, though. I think this team need to have identity. Yeah, they definitely need to establish a defensive identity, man, and really get back to that culture, man. Which, playing hard, playing to win is not the mantra. That's not. We don't see that on a game in, game out basis. There's games where this team looks good. You see the energy, and there's games where they have no energy, and they had no energy tonight. It was a Clipper show tonight. Let's see. Anthony Tony says, the throwing up emoji. I agree 100%. I mean, can't debate that. W Man said, where's Bilal scoring? Yeah, man, they got to find ways to get him going because it's a win-win to get both him and Alex R. Find ways to get them implemented in the offense, man. It takes the pressure off of Kyle Kuzma and JP13. Should Biz says, daggone, I try to beat Locked on Law. Yeah, man, you got to get up early to beat Locked on Law, man. I'm saying my man is dedicated. All right, let's see. Igor also says, going to be a super long season. Oh, well, I still love this team no matter what. Yeah, guys, keep the faith, man. Look, it's going to be a long ride, man. But look, keep the faith because it's going to be worth it, man. We're heading in the right direction. It ain't easy watch. I'm here with y'all, man. I get it. Let's see. W. Mans. We need Vucevic immediately. This would be a question for you, AB, man. Do you see Vucevic getting more minutes after the deadline? I mean, where do you see the rotation at center once Jonas Valanciunas gets moved?
Yeah, I think as much as I like talking about Bilal and how he's going to emerge after Kuz is traded, I'm more excited or just as excited for Bagley and Vucevic once Valanciunas is traded because those two young guys, like you said, Marvin Bagley, 25 years old. I was a big fan of him coming out of Duke, and I think he still has a lot. His game, I like his game. And Vucevic, I mean, second round pick. When's the last time we kept a second round pick for this long, not sending him to Europe or, not him being traded somewhere else? So I can't wait for those two guys once JV's gone to see where the role is. I don't know if I can specify where it will be now, but definitely we'll see more playing time for them post trade deadline.
Oh, absolutely. I talked to Tristan Vucevic before the season started when they were going into Summer League, and I'll say this. I don't think it's too pleased about the two-way contract, even though it kind of gives him the opportunity to get minutes with the go-go and to get minutes, when called upon with the Wizards. I think it was a good decision by Will Dawkins to sign him to that two-way. But he's a guy that I think we need to see what we have in him because, last year in a small sample size, he played well. He's a big who can definitely stretch the floor. He has rim protection, potential. He's a guy that I think that you look to move on Rashawn Holmes too. I think if you really want to give an extended look to these rookies or these, not all of them are rookies, but Tristan Vucevic is second-year guy, but your young core, if you want to give them an extended look and really start the youth movement, you move on from a lot of these things. Because like I said, if you're really looking at the CBA and fulfilling a certain amount of the salary cap, bring Marvin Bagley the third back, and you can probably do so in the cheap. Like I said, they have a lot of flexibility right now. So yeah, I would love to see a lot more Tristan Vucevic in the second half of the season, man, because he can play. He impressed in a short amount of time, very small sample size, but he impressed last season, man. And Like I said, he's been getting, a lot of good action with the Capital City Go-Go. So I'm gonna head out there, man, and catch me some go-go action this year, man, too. So I'm gonna see if I can bring AB along with me, man. So we'll go out there and take a look at the Capital City Go-Go. Let's see. W. Mans also said Tristan Vucevic is the missing piece. I'm getting pissed at this whole thing. I think that, definitely wait till the deadline, because after the deadline, I think you're definitely going to get a good look at Tristan Vucevic and what he can do, because I think that would be a nice center rotation with him, Alex Sarr, and Marvin Bagley III. That's just me. But I think that would be a really, really good center rotation. And, like I said, they're versatile, because, Vucevic can play the 4 and Marvin Bagley can play the 4. So, and obviously Alex Sarr can play the 4. So versatility is the name of the game. Bringing up Jordan Miller, your guy, AB. Invalid says Jordan Miller dropped 15 on 7 from 10 for the field. Just saying. I was saying we should trade Kuz for him in the first. Okay. I'll let you add this, AB. What do you think?
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. Big reason why I'm a Jordan Miller fan. He is from Nova. I think he went to Loudoun Valley. He went to high school with some of my friends.
What?
I think he is. I think Loudoun Valley, somewhere in Northern Virginia. I know that.
Yeah.
He was a big part of the Miami run they had in March Madness. I'm definitely a big piece on that. But no, I'm a big fan of his game. Now, Kuz they're saying we trade Kuz and a first for Jordan Miller. I don't know about the first, but I mean, shoot, if it's just a straight up swap, I wouldn't mind, because I think his ceiling is really it's somewhat there. And the Clippers, I mean, maybe they want to add a guy like Kuzma to, add to pair with, or a triple, like a mid 3, because I don't know if Kawhi's going to keep playing. I don't know if you saw it, the man can't even qualify for awards because he's missed that many games. But, a trio like Kuz and James Harden and Kawhi Leonard in 2024, that would be funny to watch. But now I would be a big fan for Jordan Miller to come to DC.
Wow! Shout out to Loudoun Valley, man. I'm actually from Leesburg, Virginia, man. So I'm from Loudoun County. We played them in football all the time, man. Because I was Stonebridge and Ashburn. Let's see, with the county for a year, and then with the Heritage. So we played a lot of Loudoun Valley, man. So wow, another guy.
I think so, B. I don't know, but I know he's from Northern Virginia.
Yeah, I gotta double check, man. But that would be dope, man. Because like I said, I'm right down the road for Princeton, man. So like I said, Loudoun Valley, that would be really, really cool, man. So I'm with you on Jordan Miller. Now I think that he's saying that we would get Jordan Miller and a first. So I would entertain that. I would definitely entertain that, because Jordan Miller can ball, and we need more young ballers on the squad, man. So like I said, we're heading in the right direction, but we ain't quite there. Let's see, everybody. All right, everybody, we're gonna get into more comments, but before we do, tonight's episode is brought to you by BILT. PSA for anyone who rents. If you haven't heard of BILT, you're about to thank me. Earning points on rent now is a reality when you pay your rent through BILT. You don't even need to check with your landlord to start earning points that you can use toward flights, hotel stays, fitness classes, and even your next real rent payment. Let me break it down for you. If you're a renter, I'd start taking advantage of BILT if I were you. Here's the thing. We earn points on groceries, travel, and practically everything else we buy, right? But we should also be earning points on rent, one of our biggest monthly expenses, straight up. BILT changed the game by letting renters earn high value points on rent and around their neighborhood. There's no cost to join BILT. And as a member, you earn valuable points on rent and on your everyday spending. Points can also be redeemed towards a future rent payment and unique experiences that only BILT members can access. So if you're not earning points on rent, my question is, why not? Start earning points on rent you're already paying by going to joinbilt.com/LockedOnNBA. That's JOINBILT.com/LockedOnNBA. Make sure to use our URL so they know we sent you. Join BILT.com/LockedOnNBA to start earning points on your rent payments today. All right, let's get back into this thing. All right, so let's get back in the comments. Hey, B. All right, everybody, we're going to try to knock out everybody's comment, because you guys know how I roll. All right, I said, kicking it off, man. Shook Biz One says, B. Scott looking like he coming back from a parent-teacher conference. Laugh a lot. Yeah, you a trip. Yeah, man, I got to dress my finest, man. And, it's almost Thanksgiving, man. So, I'm dressing my finest tonight. The Wiz look bad, so somebody got to look good tonight. I'm just saying. Let's get through this. Let's see. W Man said this is getting disgusting. Yeah, it's gonna be a long road, man. But like I said, to me, I look forward to the second half. I look forward to see Will Dawkins cook at the deadline. I'm a GM guy, man. I'm a guy who in a former life must have been an NBA GM, because I love the business part of the NBA, man. I would love to be a general manager. Like I said, that's the part that I love. The off season, the trades, you know what I mean. So I'm excited to see how Will Dawkins cooks at the deadline and really frees up these minutes for these young guys, man. Because he said it himself, after the deadline, this is going to be a younger team, and it's going to be a younger team going forward. This is already the youngest team in the NBA. Let's see. Igor said, Sar did have a nasty, filthy crossover that was fire. Yeah, man. Alex Sar, man. He's got some nice handles for a dude to 7-1. I'm just saying. Let's see. Corey Thompson, how you doing tonight? The Wizards need Merlin for real. Well, at least Sermon or somebody. They got to go to Hogwarts and find somebody. I mean, they need to find something. But, like I said, it's a weird situation to be in because you want them to lose. We want to, this draft coming up, you want to get that premier franchise altering player. But then human nature, you want to win. Human nature, you want to see your team win. And it's totally against our nature. The be happy about them losing, man. So I get it, guys. It is a tough situation because you want to see this team win, and then that losing gets us to the ultimate goal. So keep the faith, everybody. I know it is not the easiest thing to go through. Lord have mercy. Eric Castro says, laugh out loud, Corey can't guard a park car. He should have stayed down the court at this point. Yeah, I think he's never going to be that lockdown defender, man. Yeah, he's shown a lot more energy, but this season he's kind of reverted. He does not, he's kind of reverted, man. At times, he looks bad on defense. All right, let's see. Dan 7 Eichel 84. How you doing tonight? It says the vets have slowed down the rooks. Bilal has resorted to the sidekick role. Kuzma came back and took all his shots back. Bub has to be more aggressive. What do you think, AB? You agree with that?
No, definitely. I agree. I think obviously the vets I think it's two sides of the ball because we want to see the vets ball out just for the sake of the trade value. We also don't want that to hinder the development of our young guys. So again, I think once Kuz and JV and all those guys are gone, we'll see a more aggressive Alex Sar, a more aggressive Bub Carrington, and a more bigger role for Bilal Coulibaly on the offense side of the ball.
Yep, I agree. 100%, man. They will be different after the deadline. Let's see. Corey Thompson says Michael Jordan, Gilbert Arenas, John Wall, Bradley Beal ain't coming back through that locker room door anytime soon. The Wizards better get better at iso ball. These guys are millionaires. Yeah, I agree to a point. I do agree that it's basketball. You gotta roll with what the situation gives you. You gotta, what I mean. But so if you're in a situation where iso ball is warranted, then you definitely want to see them be better at that. But overall, team basketball, ball movement has to be better, man. Iso ball can't be your first choice. You've got to utilize, ball movement. This is a team game for a reason. So I get that, man. There's certain plays that obviously, iso ball is warranted for that situation. I agree 100%. But overall, they've got to get better with ball movement in team basketball because, iso ball time and time again, every time down the court is the recipe for disaster. It's like anything else about balance, man. Yin and yang, right? There's times where iso ball is warranted. There's times where fluid ball movement is also. So it's all about balance, in my opinion. But definitely appreciate your comment, man. W Mans, y'all get on me about my shirt. Lord have mercy. That B Scott PT conference comment is diabolical. Sheep. Yeah, man, look, like I said, somebody got to look good tonight, man. I'm just saying, the Wiz ain't looking too hot. But so, y'all mess with me about my shirt, man. Y'all know you like this shirt. Come on now. Let's see. Dan 7 Eichel 84 says Alex Sar needs to work inside out and get him going in that pick and roll game. Oh, I agree 100%. Keyshawn should take a few more shots, but I definitely see the potential in this team. Oh, you definitely see the potential. There's massive potential with this young squad. These 5 young players that we got in the last couple drafts, man, they're oozing with potential. The potential's not a problem. It's just, we have to kick off this youth movement and, definitely give an extended look to these young guys and really prioritize these young guys. And I think that after the deadline, we say time and time again, you're definitely going to see that. Because the writing's on the wall for a lot of these vets. Malcolm Brogdon's playing good basketball right now. So, if he continues to play at the level he's playing, somebody's going to eat that 22-5, and we can definitely get assets back in return. Kyle Kuzma, like I said, hopefully the injury's not serious. He's kind of had a little injury bug here, this season, man. But definitely want to see him get back doing what he does best. Being that 20 points a night scorer. And JV, man, Jonas Valanciunas played good basketball. He definitely will look good in a purple and gold uniform. I'm just saying, or a Knicks uniform. I think he's definitely going to be one of the first dominoes to fall for this team. Dan 7 Eichel 84 also says, don't want to fast forward the season, but I'm ready for these trades and the second half of the season. I think everybody is, man. I think everybody's ready for the second half and getting past the All-Star break and the trade deadline, man. So I'm with you on that, man. Eric Castro says, after the trade deadline, look for this team to be worse. We might not win 10 games this year. What I think yeah, I agree with you. It's going to be a lot more growing pains in the second half of the season. But I think that is something we want to see. You got to get that out the way. Experience is the best teacher, right? we got to give, how do you earn experience playing? So you want to see these young guys get extended minutes in the second half of the season. And, look, there's no expectations. So that they can go out there and make those mistakes. All the pressures on the front office, especially in the draft, and the coaching staff because their MO is development. But the players just go out there and play. I think these young guys play better when they just go out there and play. No pressure. There's no pressure on them right now. And so that's kind of the approach I want them to take is just go out there and play basketball. Just go out there and play a game. There's no pressure. There's no expectations right now for these guys, man. So just go out there and play a game. Let's see. W Man said, thanks for keeping the same energy throughout the wins and losses, B Scott. It takes a real one to stay down till you come up. Appreciate you. Much love, guys. Like I said, I appreciate you guys taking time out of your day to roll with your boy, man. Like I said, it's going to be a long ride, man, but we're going to go through it together, y'all. So definitely as much love. Appreciate everybody, man. Appreciate, because this show does not, look, the success of this channel is because of you guys, man. Rock with your boy, through the thick and thin, man. So look, appreciate you guys. Showtime Z-Bo says, don't forget, guys, Dylan Harper plays at 10. He forgot alternatives in case, God forbid, we didn't pick first in the draft. No, look, Dylan Harper I'm a big fan of Dylan Harper. A big fan. And I think that, obviously right now, Jordan Poole, Bub Carrington, same backcourt, but trades are coming. Dylan Harper looked real nice next to Bub, man. I'm just saying, Dylan Harper is definitely on my radar. Ace Bailey took some lumps lately, man, but I still think he's definitely a guy who's a top 3 pick. And Cooper Flag, I mean, he's definitely a guy at number 1. I mean, he's not even close. So
I know you saw that poster yesterday, B. He had. Oh my goodness.
Oh Lord have mercy. I'm telling you, man, the future is bright. I mean, look, this draft coming up, man, is going to be the finishing touches, man. I'm trying to tell y'all, we're going to be a dangerous young team in the next couple of years, man. I'm trying to tell you guys, man, keep the faith. Let's see. Try to get through these guys. Vic says Poole is still injured. I think that has a lot to do with it. I think that, I believe it's a groin injury. So hopefully, definitely. Here's the thing: don't play him if he's not 100%. We're not playing for anything, bro. We're 2-15. I mean, sit the guy. I mean, I think because the thing is, it would hurt. It hurts us more than it helps us. Because if he gets hurt, if they're intent on moving him, that value goes down. And 2, if he's the guy, there's no point in him breaking his body down for a team that's 2-15. I'm sorry. Like if he's hurt, set him down. I mean, I don't see a point. And that's why. And the same thing with Sadiq Beck. There's no point of rushing him back. I mean, let him sit for the year. Let him get 100% healthy, and then come back next year and start the season from day one, man. So there's no rush. So he didn't seem like his usual self tonight. Let's see, Igor, man. It says like my new Wizards hat, man. That is fire, dog. Like I'm a hat head, man. So yeah, I'm feeling the hat, bro. Definitely feeling the hat. Let's see. Ben says this is getting brutal. Can we sim to the end of the season, please? Man, what's that movie with Adam Sandler? Click. You ever watch it, AB?
Yeah. He sims through everything.
Yeah, man. If it was only that easy, man, we could just go ahead and sim to draft day, man, and go ahead and pick Cooper Flag. But like I said, it's about the journey. It's about the journey. Like I said, it's hard, man. But we're gonna.
Let me ask you this, B. Comparing this time right now, Wizard 2-15 to those days before John Wall and rookie John Wall, like. The Wizards are pretty bad too. What would you say would be like the biggest difference? Would you say the youth movement that we have now compared to back then with like Gilbert and John and all those guys?
Good question, man. And I think the big difference is they weren't rebuilds. We were just bad, and we picked, and then we were trying to build on John Wall. Like I said, if you look at the John Wall years, I mean, the picks were bad, man. I mean, we outside of Bradley Beal, and you really can't give kudos to Ernie Grunfeld because those are the obvious choices. Like. You take John Wall in that draft at 1, and Bradley Beal 3 is the obvious choice in that draft, in my opinion. Outside of that, Chris Singleton, I mean, Jan Vesley, we were kind of still in that build through the middle. Like I guess you want to say we were rebuilding, but we didn't have the scouting department in place. We didn't prioritize development. You know what I mean? The difference between then and now is that we have all the other factors that help a rebuild really be a rebuild, right? Scouting, development. Is prioritized now where it hasn't always been prioritized. You know what I mean? So I think that's the big difference is that this front office is doing it right as opposed to Tommy Shepard and Ernie Grunfeld where, they missed on draft picks. They gave away first round picks. They never found that final piece for John Wall, that Paul George move, that Klay Thompson move, which I believe both of them were realistic options for us. And then looking at Gilbert Arenas, we never had a center. They didn't develop Kwame because, he was drafted in a situation where, MJ was trying to go to the playoffs, so they didn't develop them. And Brendan Hayward wasn't that guy that we needed as center, man. You put a legit center beside Antoine Jameson and Karan Butler, I mean, you can even argue that, if they brought back Larry Hughes to play in the same backcourt with Gilbert Arenas, that's a good team. And the same thing with, John Wall is that you go out there and you get Klay Thompson. We should have drafted Klay Thompson. I mean, shoot, the year that we traded away the 5th overall pick for Mike Miller and Randy Foye, we were in position to get Stephen Curry, man. So it's a totally different time now, because not only are we hitting on lottery picks, we're hitting on the 24th picks, man. The 24th overall pick looks good. And I was a big Gaffer guy. Like I said, I'll be down there on Thursday just to see my man Gaff coming back to DC with the Dallas Mavericks, man. So like I said, but you can't argue that Keyshawn George is a good trade for Daniel Gafford. I mean, 24th overall, we're cooking with grease, man. Let's see. Studio Flaherty, how you doing tonight? It says trade Kuzma, JV, JP, and Brogdon as soon as possible. Get picks, not players, and draft the best player available as long as one of them is an angry Eastern European rebounder. I like, yeah, I like it, man. I like it. Let's see. Shugbiz1 says, B Scott, I'm angry. I can't afford to drip like you, sir. Email me your Taylor. Nah, man, man, I try, man. But like I said, I'm getting older, man. I can't get away with, that's why I'm starting to look at like different hats now, man. I'm still a hat head. I still wear my fitteds, but once you look at 40, man, you start to look at things differently a little bit. Like how I dress, man. I'm starting to dress differently now. Can't get away with jerseys anymore, man. I still wear them from time to time, but like I said, I appreciate you, sir. Gerflump, okay. I don't think the focus is to trade Kuzma. I think we should be looking to add packaging players like Bagley and Kispert was the second-round picks for vets. Instead, we might actually lose 30 in a row. I mean, I appreciate your comment. I appreciate your perspective, but I think the focus should definitely be on trade Kuzma. I mean, you got to trade all these vets, man. Now, as far as the CBA and you having to fulfill so much of your salary cap, I don't know about bringing back vets and deals. I will bring back young players and picks, but in the offseason, when you need to fulfill the salary cap situation, you go out there and you sign guys to these 1-year contracts just so you fulfill the salary portion of it. But I mean, like I said, I appreciate you, but I think we definitely need to move on from Kuz, JV. Jordan Poole, his trade value is going up. He's a guy where I see him as being a future piece of the team, but then you can also see a scenario where, look, if you find the right package, he could be on his way out. Self-made man in California says, did you see Dylan Harper last night? Good Lord, man. I mean, Rutgers, man. I mean, Ace Belly and Dylan Harper are a couple of ballers, man. And that's what I'm saying. You cannot lose in this draft coming up, baby. You can't lose. I mean, your top 3, you're looking at Dylan Harper, you're looking at Ace Belly, you're looking at Cooper Flag. And after that, you got Sherrar. You have VJ. You have, there's a lot of talent in this draft. And I'm saying, like, I'll ask you this question real quick. We saw Wood Dawkins trade back into the lottery, get the 14th pick, and then capitalize with the 24th pick, trading with the New York Knicks. Do you see a scenario, and do you see where it can help us by trading back into the lottery or maybe getting another first-round pick in this year, next year's draft?
I think I don't see why not, considering the fact that the best that you get, if you can get that trade value, and you see if you're Will Dawkins, you saw what you did last year with Keyshawn George, why not spin the block and do it again? What do you got to lose? We're a young team. Get that young talent. Let's go out there and ball.
No, I agree 100%, man. That's what I'm saying. Great minds think alike. Let's see. Stuart Flatter says, I want them to keep Bagley, let him throw bows. I agree. You keep him. That's one guy that, again, to fulfill that certain portion of your salary cap, sign him to a team-friendly deal. He produces when called upon. So, he's only 25 years old. He's not a guy who needs to be a starter. He's a guy who can definitely be a bench piece, and we can retain him on the cheap. So I agree 100%. Rome Catalico, how you doing tonight? It says Clippers aren't contenders, Brandon. Oh, they're not contenders, but they look like them like contenders tonight. I was saying, their team is definitely, I would say, a playing team to 8th seed. I mean, Kawhi's made out of paper. I mean, James Harden picked up a lot of offensive shoulder load, man. But at his age, how long can he continue to do that? In my opinion, he can't drop 43 every night. Somebody's got to emerge, man. Out of the, when you look at the roster in LA as far as the Clippers, I don't see who that next guy up is going to be. Zubac is not a guy who's going to be, just shoulder a lot of the offensive load. I mean, you need that next guy. So, yeah, I'm with you on that. They're definitely not contenders. Let's see. Shookbiz1 says Cam Whitmore would look great next to K. George. I agree, but I do see Houston being very, very hesitant to make that deal. But look, money talks. So who knows? But Cam Whitmore, I mean, the biggest thing is where would he fit? He can't play the 4. Would he be a good replacement for Kyle Kuzma? What do you think, AB? Where would you play Cam Whitmore if we were to acquire him?
I think with Kuz gone, play him at the 4. I'm a big fan of Cam Whitmore coming out of that draft. I mean, even like the fact that if he's not getting that much playing time in Houston, I don't see why not go in there swooping. Because again, you're Will Dawkins. Bring in that young talent. You got nothing to lose. I think the ceiling is there for Cam.
Yeah, I'm with you, man. You know, like Cam Whitmore, I was big on him in the draft. I wanted us to get him. Surprising to see him fall so far. And I think a lot of it had to do with, they said injury issues. Hey, I love Bilal, man. I think Bilal's a dog. I love us getting Bilal. But Cam Whitmore, man, he's a dog. He's a guy who came in the league NBA ready to play automatically. So I'll play him at the 4. And you look at a lineup of Alex R, Cam Whitmore, Bilal Coulibaly, JP13, and Bub Carrington. And then you got Keyshawn George too, and Tristan Vucevic. Come on now. Yeah, I'm with it, man. I'm definitely with it. Student Flair says they need more attitude, defensive effort, and rebounding intensity, or none of the top draft options will want to be here. I agree. That is a great comment. I agree 100%. We need more dogs. We need more dogs in this team. They've got to have that dog factor. You got to want to get nasty, man. Defense, rebounding, intensity. I mean, you've got to show some level of aggressiveness, man. That's the one thing about Alex Harden. He needs to be more aggressive. We need to see more dog. And, Bub Carrington, you don't see the same dog factor with these young guys like you did before, man. And so you definitely want to see them pick it up as far as just overall intensity. I agree 100%. All right, so looks like we got 2 more comments, guys. Rich, how you doing tonight? Says, if Kispert isn't making threes, he's the biggest liability in the league. Every time Harden saw Kispert was guarding him, it was ugly. For your information, we just signed Kispert to a $54 million contract. I mean, I can't disagree with that. Kispert is definitely a shooter. Now, he's a guy who definitely has high basketball IQ. He has the ability to slash the basket, drive to the basket, move without the basketball. I definitely think that he's a really good asset on this team. But here's the thing. I agree with you. Defensively, he tends to be a liability. And if his 3-point shot's not dropping, then, at times he is really the odd man out on the offense because he's just not the same guy, baby. Like, you just don't see with him anymore. The first 3 years, Kispert improved every single year, man. And, he's just not the same guy. So hopefully he figures it out. I don't know if it's a mechanical thing with his shot. I don't know if it's a confidence thing. I mean, he just got paid. So I'd be very confident. But, like you said, definitely want to see him pick it up because he can play. He can ball. It's just, Rich is right. Defensively, he can be a liability. So let's see more comments. All right, so we're gonna try to get a few more comments, man. So let's see. Gideon says Brogdon and JV raising the trade value. I like it. The other 29 teams, come on, trade for him. That's what I'm talking about, Gideon. Come on now, come trade for our guys, man. Let's see. Kispert needs to shave the corn stash. I know where you're going with it. It went corn, but I like it, man. I like it. Gideon says, as a pool fan, he just came back, so he gets some 1-game pass. But if he plays like garbage next game, I'll roast him. I mean, I'm a JP guy too, man. And come back from injury, I'm gonna give him at least a couple games, because he just wasn't himself, man. You didn't see that dog factor with him, that aggressiveness, that So I definitely want to give him some time. Benson says, happy holidays. Be safe, fellas. Thanks for all you do. And this therapy session causes much needed this season. Hey, Benz, much love, my brother. Definitely appreciate y'all guys, man. So definitely appreciate you. And this looks like this will be the last comment of the night. Says, shout out to you, B, and your co-host for sticking with the Wiz coverage. It's going to be a long year. It's not official yet, guys, but we are close to getting a co-host, man. So like I said, definitely get used to seeing Abdullah around, man. Because like I said, man, looks like he will be the co-host. Like I said, it's not official yet, guys. But like I said, if I'm a betting man, you're probably looking at the next co-host of Locked On Wizards, man. So like I said, he's a guy who's been very resilient. Definitely wanted to work with me, man. Definitely wanted to get busy. Guy who wants to work. So like I said, very impressed with Abdullah, man. And looking forward to, like I said, it ain't official, but wink, wink. Looking forward to working with you, brother. So like I said, appreciate you guys, man. All right, guys, real quick before we roll. I was going to put out a video tomorrow, but I'm not. It's Thanksgiving. I'd rather you guys spend time with your family. So we will pick things up on Friday. We have Dean Lante, former Locked On Wizards host, coming on the show to chat it up with us, man. So definitely tune in for that because we're going to look at the trade market, man. So we got Dean Lante coming on the show on Friday. And Saturday, the game, they are playing at Milwaukee on Saturday. So it's 50-50 right now, depending on what's going on this Saturday for me. But if nothing comes up, I'll probably go live on Saturday. So definitely tune in for that. But you guys know me. I'll let you guys know whether I do or do not. So Definitely, if we go live, if we don't go live on Saturday, it will definitely be on Sunday. So, some other comments real quick. Definitely, Shootbiz One says, absolutely happy, safe holiday to all. If you have extra hooker guy, yeah, you a trip, bro. Yeah, man, you definitely have a good holiday, my brother. Shootbiz One also said, no dry turkey. Laugh a lot. I hate dry turkey. Lord have mercy. Nomadic Brian says, thanks. Happy Thanksgiving. God bless us all. Absolutely. Hope everybody has a safe and blessed Thanksgiving, man. Like I said, we will not be putting out content tomorrow. I want everybody to focus on spending time with family. But I took time to think about this, guys, too. And having family is a beautiful thing, but there's people out there that don't. So I'm gonna put the option out there. I'm gonna put the poll out there. If you guys do want me to put something out, just so look, just to share the holiday with you and just talk some Wizards basketball real quick, I'll do so. I'm gonna put the poll out there, man. So like I said, now that everybody does have that, man. So like I said, if you need somebody to roll with it on holiday, I'm definitely available. So I'm gonna get on there in the polls. You guys let me know if you would still want me to put some content out. So, and then Ben said no dry turkey for sure. Yeah, I'm with you on. So, all right, guys. Like I said, I definitely appreciate you guys rocking with us through thick and thin, man. It's gonna be a long year, but we're gonna have fun on here. Like I said, in the week coming up, the first week of December, I will be covering the Wizards versus Dallas Mavericks game on that Thursday, which will be, I'm pulling up right now, which will be on the 5th. And I will be there on Saturday the 7th for the Denver Nuggets game to cover the team. So I will get in there and get the questions at the press conference for you guys and get some coverage of the game. So one game I'll actually be going live from the game. And then the second game, I will be getting into the press conference and try to bend my ear in there for head coach Brian Keefe, let you guys know what's going on. So, all right, everybody, again, be safe, please. If you guys are traveling, be safe. Don't drink and drive. Drink responsibly. Drink at your home. If you smoke, don't smoke in the car. Smoke at home. Be responsible, guys. And we hope to see you guys Friday for the Atlantic on the show. So, all right, everybody have a good night. Head to the Wizards and peace. Have a blessed Thanksgiving.